Hi guys, Ben Hurley here and welcome to Arduino lesson 101, how to connect your device to your computer. So if you've got your Arduino, go ahead and grab it out and let's have a look at the web page over here. Now first up we've got just a bit of a familiarization about the board itself. Now yours looks a little bit different to this. The brains of the Arduino is this chip here. Yours is a little square one, a surface mount integrated circuit instead of this big DIP packet integrated circuit. That's what they're called. But that's okay. It works just the same, and all of the other bits and pieces are all in the same place because they're all built to the same form factor. Right, now the first thing we want to have a look at are these black rows of pinholes up here and down here. These are where we connect up all of our devices. So up the top here we've got pins for digital devices. That's things where we can turn them on or off or sense whether things are on or off. And down here we've got some analog pins, so we can test some readings, with a range of values from 0 to 1024. We'll learn about how that works in later lessons, but they're for analog things. Over here next to those we've got some pins for power. Okay, we can use these pins to supply power to our projects. Now to turn on our Arduino we need to supply the Arduino itself with power. We can either plug in power into this barrel jack here with the included barrel jack connector. We've got a barrel jack connector that connects up to a 9-volt battery. Or you can simply get power from plugging in the USB. Now definitely don't plug in both. If you plug in power to both these things, you will most likely destroy your Arduino and overload it and kill it, and you'll have to get a new one. So just one power source at a time. I tend to use the USB while I'm working on the project, still working out the code, and if I just want to turn it on and run it, I'll go with the battery. Okay, the first thing we need to do is we need to go to this website, Arduino.cc, and install the software. I brought up the link here. It's all free. Just click on that link and then select what version you need for your machine. I won't go through how to install software because it's different depending on your machine, and I assume that most people are comfortable with installing software these days, so go ahead and go through that. And if you need a bit more help, there's a download and install guide there on Arduino's website. Okay, now once you've done that, we can open up the software. I've got it down here, and we need to connect up and select our board. So I've already plugged in my Arduino to the USB on my laptop, and then the first thing I want to do is go up here and select Tools and Board. It already says Arduino Uno, but if it doesn't, we can go over to Arduino AVR boards and select Uno from our list of lots of different Arduinos. And we go back and we have to select what COM port. That's what communications port, depending on what USB port we've plugged into, is which one we need to select. So it'll make sense to you. Usually it'll say Arduino Uno or something like that. Just have to do a bit of deducing. It's not Bluetooth, it's not an iPhone, so it has to be this one, USB serial. So I'll select that one for my Arduino. Okay, let's come back to the website. And okay, so now for Windows users, I'll just go back, that port selection, when we go to Tools, Port, that will most likely be grayed out. You won't be able to select that. That's because Windows machines don't come with the drivers for Arduino boards, but Macs do, just one of those things. So if you need that driver, you can follow the Arduino instructions on how to install that driver through your computer's settings without going searching on the web. Or if that doesn't work for you, you can download the file directly from this site here. I'll just say that I downloaded this file and have installed it, and I didn't get any viruses, but I can't guarantee that there's no funny business going on there. I just did a bit of Googling and found that driver on that site. I'm not saying that it's virus free or anything, but that's the one that I used and it seemed to work fine for me. Okay, next what we want to do is, if you don't get this little window popping up here, this is what we call a sketch. It's a blank program to write onto our Arduino. let's say that wasn't there, we can just go to File, New, or Command or Control N for New, like we normally do, and open up a new sketch like that. Now, if everything's gone well, we should be able to click this upload button here with the arrow, and it should compile the program and download it, or rather upload it onto our device. So we'll click that. Compiling sketch takes a second, uploading, and it's done. So that program's not going to do anything because it's empty, there's nothing in it, but that just lets us know that our Arduino is all hooked up and it's communicating with the IDE, the Integrated Development Environment, and everything's all happy and it's ready to go. Alrighty, and just, yeah, so there we go. So that's our first Arduino lesson, how to hook it up, get it plugged in, and a little bit of orientation on what all the pins and plugs and things are. And look forward to seeing you on the next lesson where we'll start actually doing our first program. See ya.